Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over how to use Lambda in Python. I like to think of Lambda as a single line function. So to start off, we have a very basic example. We start by creating a variable that we'll be using to store our little function. We then set it to Lambda, and then this is where we put any elements we would like to receive. Then we put a colon and then what we want the command to be. So for this example, I want it to print hello, so we can then run this by using the name of the variable and then a pair of brackets. Next up, we're going to be using elements. We start off the same way, but this time we put x, y, so that we receive a value for x and y when we run the command. We then want to return x plus y back to where it was called by setting that to the command after the colon. So therefore, for this example, we call it and then place in the brackets the numbers 2 and 5, and it will print out 7. On to my third example, we have taken another element, z, and set the command to x plus y take away z. The difference with this example is that we are calling it by, instead of laying it out in the order of the elements I originally gave, we are setting it to those elements by using y equals 4, z equals 2, and x equals 3. This gives us a result of 5. On to the next example, we receive an unknown number of elements in the function. For this, I'm going to use an arg. If you're not sure on what args or quarks are, I highly recommend you check out this video. Then I want to add it up, all the values it receives using some args. So now when I run it, I can give as many elements as I would like, 5, 2, 5, 7, 6. This results in an answer of 25 being printed. Alright, perfect. Last two examples, I'll be using this list of integers called list1. Okay, so for the example number 5, we'll be using the map function on it. We want to first make it so all the values get placed into the list with using list before the brackets. Then inside we want to use the map function. This function is useful for changing every value in a list without having to use a for loop. So for this example, we're going to be receiving a value of x, and then increasing that value by 2, and we then place a comma and then the name of the list, so now it knows it will go through that list. Pick out each value as x and increase it by 2, so when I run it, it prints out a different list that all the values are now 2 higher. For the final example, we will be using the filter function. This is very similar to the map function, but this time it will print out a list of all the values that fit the filter we type in. So this, we have replaced the map with filter, and have asked it to go through list1 and add to a new list every value in that is larger than 5. This is what will print out when we run this function with print example 6. Then that is it for this video. I really hope you learnt something and enjoyed.